When I was asked to make this video, I thought I would talk to you about the single most important thing I could think of, which is the scientific method and why it works. I think one of the hardest things for us to do as human beings is to accept when we're wrong. And it's for this reason that the scientific method is developed to prove you wrong. Experiments are built around a hypothesis. And a hypothesis isn't an opinion, it's a mathematical model, one which by default assumes that you're wrong. It's then up to me and scientists like myself to collect the data to prove otherwise. But one experiment will never be enough. To answer even a simple question, you need a body of evidence that's made up of multiple experiments. And in science, this body of evidence is called a meta-analysis, which is a way of comparing the outcome of many different experiments. And a meta-analysis is great. The only real challenge with them is that they're subject-specific. So you can read one that'll tell you about the greenhouse gas emissions from cows, but you need to read another one to tell you about the impact of animal manure on soil health, even though those two things are closely related, and you have to read both of them to understand the overall picture. To understand the overall picture, we rely on something called scientific consensus. And the important thing about scientific consensus is that it's not a democracy. You don't get one scientist, one vote. Instead, it comes about through a process called the convergence of evidence. This is where you have hundreds of scientists all over the world working in many different disciplines, and yet all of their work converges on the same answer, more or less independently. Scientific consensus allows us to see the bigger picture from all different angles, while individual experiments add depth and breadth to our overall knowledge. Understanding the scientific method enables us to navigate our way through the world, even when that world seems to be full of misinformation. And it's for this reason that the scientific method is our best hope for dealing with huge problems, things like climate change and biodiversity loss and ecosystem collapse.